Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck is me. You're also the trade minister. You spoke to Volodymyr Zelenskyy. How are you going to help him open Ukraine for business again, despite an ongoing war?
Well, last year we have done something we have never did before. We have opened our investment guarantee program and also export guarantee program for Ukraine. Why is this so outstanding and extraordinary? Normally, this program is not used for countries in war. It works like an insurance in a way. The companies willing to go under the umbrella, they pay a little fee, and if something is happening to the investment, the state buys the investment out. So if there's a fabrication and the fab is destroyed by missile attacks, we are paying for that. Normally we're not doing that for countries in war because the risk of destruction is so high. We would pay anyway, and this is then not a good business for the German state. But in this case, we have opened it with tremendous success. Over 30 companies, Ukraine was number one of the country with the most investments went under this umbrella. You see there's a huge interest. Companies are investing if there's some certainty that if something is getting wrong, then they have a security that they are not bankrupt or insolvent. So this is what we have done, and I only can recommend it to other countries and other partners to do the same.
Volodymyr Zelenskyy stressed how important the energy sector is to avoid a cold winter that could be potentially coming up, with energy infrastructure also being a target. What are you hoping to achieve at this conference, and which partners are you banking on? Because you are also criticizing other partners that they should do more for Ukraine.
Well, we have seen in the past months that the Russians are strategically trying to destroy the whole energy infrastructure to make the Ukrainians, freeze over the winter, and the winters are cold in Ukraine. So what we are doing, and this is a well-organized, program, is finding turbines on the world market, mostly gas turbines, small and big ones, bring them to Ukraine and store them. It works like this. The Ukrainians are giving their demand via internet into a program, and all the Western allies are looking into the program saying, well, they need, 30 megawatt turbine, we have one. Or maybe we have a 41, but maybe we can use it, or we can configure it. Now, Christian Bruch, the head of Siemens Energy, is head of the advisory board. I appointed him, I asked him to do that, and that is a tremendous help because he's an expert. He's coming from the field of energy. So all the European countries are asking their companies to look into their power plants or their storages if there is something they can help the Ukraine with, and the help is coming. So I hope it's coming soon enough and fast enough, because the Russians they have not stopped destroying the infrastructure. So it is a critical issue there.
And we've seen in these EU elections, just one final question, that public support for aid in Ukraine is not a given. Your Green Party suffered the greatest losses. How do you analyze that, and how are you going to make sure that support stays strong here in Germany?
Well, there is a saying, mostly from the right-wing parties, why do we give money to Ukraine? We can use it in our country. From my perspective, this is wrong. The Ukrainians, you have to understand what the cause of the war is. The Ukrainians are not only defending their right for freedom, they are defending the European idea for freedom and peace. So if Putin succeeds in Ukraine, he will not stop. It is our own interest as well that we supply Ukraine with money and also military and defense goods. It is our own interest. So to say we only look in our small environment, our own country, not seeing what is happening in Europe, is politically wrong, short-sighted actually. I admit the support for Ukraine becomes weaker, but I feel this is a political obligation for me and also the other members of my party and in the government to explain again and again that this would be the wrong conclusion.
Robert Habeck, Vice Chancellor of Germany, thank you so much.